Welcome, boys and girls, to another year and another Call of Duty. And this year we're talking about Modern Warfare 3, the glorifying DLC pack that is honestly a slap in the face to COD fans. It's a 3-hour campaign with like an hour or something of actual gameplay and the rest being cutscenes, which is such a problem with modern gaming. Why do we need so many cutscenes? We get it, you can do cool CG cutscenes. I don't care. Moving on. What really bothers me now is I didn't even purchase this game. It wasn't even on my radar. And usually Call of Duty's on my radar. I'm a big COD person. One of my favorite things to do is sit back, play Shipment 24/7, watch some TV on another monitor, and really enjoy my time because I don't have to invest too much into it. But this year, I was kind of just not going to be my thing. One, I'm road tripping cross country, which I'm sure you guys are sick of hearing about. But I decided to do this video in a different vein, to really decide to talk about, instead of the problems with Call of Duty, the potential that could be had in the future. Because I don't believe that Call of Duty is unsavable. I believe that it's got a lack of motivation, a lack of inspiration, and I think that can change with a few things. Now, this, if you've been a fan of my channel, if you've seen some of my videos, you've seen me talk about how I think it would be fantastic for one of these developers to utilize Halo ODSTs and make an ODST campaign. Because as fun as the original campaign is, I think it would be better through Call of Duty's lens. Being that boots on the ground soldier, you don't have auto aiming like Master Chief. You don't have these things. So to be in that forefront of jumping in, aiming down sights, you would feel like that soldier coming in from your pods from the ships. I really think there's a lot of potential there. And to most people, I know they hear crossovers and stuff, and they start foaming at the mouth and seething, and they just want to like go after my balls like a dog after a mailman's, but just to sit back and relax and just kind of think. I love Call of Duty for the package you get. And one of my biggest problems with Halo 3 ODST is you really didn't get that good of a package. You got a decent campaign that was a little short. You got a firefight mode, but no multiplayer, and it was charged full price. So that is something that is forgotten and time hold, how lazy it was with content, especially what Bungie had shown that they could do in the past with the first 3 Halos. So the package you got was really, really lackluster. And they tried to fix that with Reach, and I think they did a good job. But at the same time, there's a love for that campaign that is there in my heart, and I love ODST. But I would love to see it in a package like Call of Duty, with the drop in DMZ mode, with all the different multiplayer maps. With even if some of the maps are reused, like it's like Nuketown, but with a Halo vibe. And believe it or not, that would I feel like it would kind of look into like Blood Gulch, a smaller Blood Gulch and stuff, just with the cars in the middle. I think that there is so much potential there to make a good Halo-style campaign, but from the ODST's perspective, and it's really an area that I don't think has been capitalized, and it should be capitalized. And not just mentioning that, if you go through and leave a comment down below what you think would be a great campaign for one of these developers to do in the COD vein, because I'm sure that I'm missing somewhere. If I went through everything that Microsoft owns, every IP that Activision owns, or Rare, or any of these shooters, I think that we could find somewhere a really, really good IP that hasn't been utilized in a while, and pull it up from its grave, and Call of Duty could make something with it. And it would give these developers a little bit of freedom, even if they needed to take a year. I do enjoy the yearly COD cycle, unlike most people, because you get a bad COD, you know that next year there'll be something to replace it. I mean, when I was playing, I was playing Modern Warfare 2019, loving it. Then I got Cold War, was kind of middling on it. It wasn't really my favorite multiplayer. I liked the gun game, or not the gun, the Blueprint gunfight mode, because I liked those maps, but all the other maps I kind of hated. And then Vanguard, I heard, was poo-poo cheeks, yuckness, you know what I mean? So then I waited, and I was hyped for Modern Warfare 2, and I was kind of a little let down. I didn't really like the fact that they removed slide canceling, which I'm a big Halo guy, and Halo Infinite slide canceling is some of the best in shooters right now. And the fact that they removed it in Call of Duty, which was equally as good, I really hated that. I felt like it limited the movement capabilities and the fun to be had. And I don't know. Some people really liked it, some people hated it. I was one of the ones that hated it. And the campaign I felt was really underwhelming. It had one of the worst C-130 missions. It had a car segment that dragged on too long. It had a weird Last of Us style gameplay moments, which some people really liked. I thought they were annoying. They had their moments, but I just felt like they were out of place in a COD game. So when I was looking at Modern Warfare 3, I had no hype, and I feel like that's kind of where a lot of people sit right now. And to give them a year off, right? Give them a year off. Let them really build something special, you know? Give maybe it's a 4-year cycle, so every other year you get a new COD. Really let that COD have time to rebuild itself if it's a bad game. Have some people working and supporting the current COD. And then the next one, try to really knock something out of the park. Maybe utilizing one of these other IPs that Microsoft owns. I mean, Rage. Rage is another example. Rage is a game that we haven't seen in a very long time, and I would like to see maybe their take on a post-apocalyptic Call of Duty. You know, it's something that I think is there for the potential. I feel like these developers would love to do something a little bit more risky, because honestly, when it comes to some of the most risky CODs that some people don't like Advanced Warfare and Infinite Warfare, at least they were trying something new. At least they were out there with a risk, trying to revitalize the franchise in a new way. And some people didn't like it, and they were like, oh, they're trying to copy Titanfall or whatever. But I thought that there was potential there, and there was, at least COD was trying something new. And I would like to see that happen again, and to have some of these crossovers. And not only that, with like Halo and Rage and some of these other franchises that aren't utilized, I think it would be really, really nice to bring a fandom to these games that previously didn't have these fans. So, like, I said like again, I've said like I did it again 47 times. I sound like a Valiant. Like, oh, totally, like, bring fans to Halo. Yeah, but that's my point. Some people who haven't played Halo and don't know how fun the game is, because Halo is one of my favorite series of all time, but I know there's people out there who only play on PlayStation, right? Which to me is insane. I love both consoles. All three consoles. I love Nintendo. I love PlayStation. I love Microsoft, and I love bouncing between all of them, but not everybody's like that. So for people to play an ODST, see the ODST world, fight these aliens, and play it through a COD lens, which they're comfortable with which they're more akin to, I think would bring people in. Yeah, they'd play the games like, oh, this is different combat or whatever, but they love the lore, and then they start diving in and loving a franchise I love. I think it's a good way to bring people in, and I know people get mad when you say crossovers, and they're like, oh, you're just trying to ruin the gameplay of it. You just want everything to be like COD, and that's not true. One of my favorite series of all time, and the gameplay you've been watching for the last 6 or 8 minutes, is from Shadow Warrior 3. And if you want a series that was really evolved with each entry and tried something new, it's Shadow Warrior. All 3 dang games play completely differently. And I like that. I can jump into Shadow Warrior 1 and get that really linear, old style shooter. It feels like an older shooter but modernized, and it feels like Doom 2016 before Doom 2016. And then if I want a more Borderlands experience, well, there's Shadow Warrior 2, and I can jump into it and really experience that looter shooter thing. And then if I want a Doom Eternal movement shooter type game, Shadow Warrior 3. So the fact that there's 3 games in the same franchise that feel completely different and have something for different individual gamers who like different things, I think is really inspiring and really cool. And I just would like to see that with other franchises, even with Call of Duty trying new things or Halo trying new things and some crossovers. But let me know what you guys think. Leave me a like, subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate all you guys for watching my videos, and I don't know, I just see potential, guys. Catch you later.